Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So in this video, so before I get started, this is Austin here, aka Regular Guy in California here. So in this video, we're gonna be talking about some tips and tricks. The most important thing is that, especially for your iPhones, your Apple Watches, iPad, the main things that we have, right, that require passcodes and stuff like that, right? But if your Apple Watch specifically, and your iPhone specifically, a really important tip. So I have T-Mobile, I have Verizon. They're both 13 regulars, but that doesn't matter for the topic of this video. But and then I have Apple Watch SE, which I'm wearing right now, while I'm charging my. Well, it's fully charged, but I'm not leaving to go somewhere for like 2 hours. So, but anyway, seeing this fully charged, I'm not gonna put it on my wrist until I leave at, I want to say like 11ish, so like an hour. And then my Series 7 just fully charged right now. But so my first Apple Watch was my 7 Nike, second Apple Watch SE, third Apple Watch, my Ultra, first iPhone, my T-Mobile phone, which is my red one, and then my second iPhone. As far as right now, is my Verizon one. And so, I do remember the passcodes to my two other iPhones that I have. I don't have the other two that I had prior to those other two. The 5 or 5S and the 6 or 6S. I have one and the other. One, I'm still going to pay to get fixed. So, because it's not charging, hasn't charged, it's been dead for years and years and years now. So I do plan on getting that fixed at some point. But, yeah, so I can unlock it and see what's there and stuff like that. And I got my 6 or 6S, I don't know which one I have, but I have it somewhere. So we'll do that type of video where I go through my old phone. Just right now, my old iPhone being my 6 or 6S. We'll go charge that, do that in the video. But so I've been dying to do those types of videos. But anyway, so we're gonna be talking about important stuff like Apple Watches and iPhones, particularly. So when I bought my so I have two different passcodes. One for my iPhones and iPad, and one for all three of my Apple Watches. Why, I don't know. But at least I remember them. I remember which passcode is for my Apple Watches, all three of them, and which passcode is for my two iPhones and my iPad. Luckily. So, but this video is more about Apple Watches because we're going to be wearing them a lot. And so, because, obviously those that got the Ultra, we're going to be wearing our Ultra more so. And yeah, I'm wearing my SE right now because I'm charging both of them right now. But anyway, so one thing that is a tip that I have for you guys is, so when you buy your first Apple Watch, create a passcode that you're going to remember. And then once you buy your second Apple Watch, and your third one, and so on and so on. For me, luckily, I'm lucky to have all three watches in 1 year. I don't even know how that happened. But so my S7 Nike is my first ever Apple Watch I've ever bought. And then my SE is my second one I've ever bought. And then my Ultra, obviously, my third. Because eventually I'll get the 8 or the S in the SE at some point. Probably not until next year. But because I want to see what it is all about. That's like the main reason why I bought the SE. Because I want to see what's so special about it. What's different. But anyway, so once I bought my SE, I created the same exact passcode for my 7. And then when I got my Ultra, created the exact same when it was time to create a passcode, a PIN, passcode, whatever, for my Ultra. I created the same passcode that I created for my 7 Nike and my SE. And then when I got my, I recently changed my passcode to something different. That's much easier for me to remember. But yeah, but when I got my T-Mobile phone, created the same passcode, created a passcode, and then when I got my Verizon phone, created the exact same passcode. Because right now, community interface services is paying for this phone right now, but that check hasn't got through yet. Apparently, the Albuquerque, New Mexico location. Don't know how that even happened, but anyways, so I have that person today that did the form with me, for them to pay for this phone, and then obviously Dad pays for this phone. So then when we got me this phone, which obviously he pays for both of our iPhones. Never thought in a million years he'd be an iPhone guy, but anyways, that's awesome. I got on that iPhone. It's cool. So I never thought we ever get iPhones. I really want iPhones. Got this, but anyway, so good. I don't pay for that anymore. But yeah, so we got so then I created the same passcode, but like I said, so the main thing is when you're getting, especially Apple Watches, that is like the main thing, the key thing to remember is to create a passcode. So if you're gonna be someone like me, obviously those of us that are Apple Watch users, especially those of us that are coming from 7 Nike or 7 or whatever, or 6, whatever, and we're coming from, because mainly like the 7 Nike, 6, SE, SE2, 8, Ultra are going to be like the main Apple Watches that we're all going to be wearing right now, because like they're like the top line or whatever. And right now, for those of us that didn't want the 8 or the SE right now, or at all, for me it's going to be at some point, just to see what they're all about, just because by video you can't really tell, but in person you can. So that's why I got the SE, because I was like, you know what, I want to see what it's about. So again, I bought the 7 on Amazon. So I'm going to take it in whenever I get a chance to go down there to the Apple store near where I live to purchase, finally get to purchase my AirPods Max. I've been dying to get a pair of those for the longest time. $560, but pretty sure they're well worth it. And then, but also what's really cool about the iPhone though, is that you don't even have to remember your passcode, because you can choose, which I highly recommend, is to do face unlock, right? So, because, I mean, obviously, if your phone gets hacked, if your phone gets stolen, which luckily I make sure never happens, but let's just say they're not going to be able to get into your phone because they're not going to know the passcode, right? So, and they're obviously their face, a stranger's face, is not going to be recognized on your phone. But so I highly recommend you do face unlock to unlock your phone, because the latest iPhones, they have the swipe. So yeah, I have that on both of these guys right here. And then on our iPads, we have what's called the touch thing for the iPads, like the one I have right now. The 9, I have the iPad 9th generation. So it still has the button. You can like fingerprint, that's what I have. So obviously this one stays at home majority of the time, so that's good. But yeah, so the Apple Watch, it's always a good idea to, I'll take this one off right now, but, because what's kind of weird is with the other regular Apple Watches, doesn't really want to require you to, but if you want to, it's an option. Obviously, it's Apple, but you don't have to create a passcode for your Apple Watches. But what's kind of weird, but I really like how they did that, because setting up the setup process. Let me tell you, the setup process was freaking cool for the Ultra. Like when I took it out of the box and like turned it on, and because it was obviously going to be on my Verizon phone. Because even when my phone's turned back on, I only use this, and I'm only able to use my T-Mobile phone, my red one here, in like Wi-Fi areas, like at home and at Kaiser and stuff like that. I'm not able to use it all the time, but I do use it. And so, but anyways, so because my Ultra, because regardless, my Verizon phone I use all the time. It's my main phone that I use. But yeah, so, but when I set it up, Just gonna let it sit on the charger for a little bit. I don't know if it lets you know it's on charging. Oh, there we go. So I'm gonna let it charge for a little bit longer. It's on the charger for a little bit longer. So I'm not leaving for like another half hour. I'm gonna plug in this one here. In case we don't get a table at my work that has outlet. In case somebody's already sitting there. But yeah, so what's really, really cool is that when I set up my Ultra, it just, and I turned my phone on, I didn't even like turn on, I was like on the lock screen, I think, if I remember correctly. And it just like automatically recognized it, like showed it. I think it was like on a lock screen or something. And then like, it just like recognized it, like it popped up like it does with the AirPods, which is really weird. But that's really cool. That's something, also something new that I don't think a lot of you may know is that it does that. So we'll talk about that in another video. Continue talking about that in the video because I don't want to make my videos long. I can't right now. I don't know what's going on. I talked about it in the video. But anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you guys in the next video. Continuation of the setup process of the Ultra.